Pre-order your copy of our Football Gameplan Scouting 2020 Prospect Guide. Over 800 prospect profiles of both NFL draft prospects and some CFL draft prospects as well. These are guys that we talk about in the video. Now you get your opportunity to go behind the curtain and see our detailed scouting report for each and every player that we will break down in one of these prospect rankings videos. Again, go to our website and pre-order your copy today. Be sure to order your copy of the Go-Go Offense by Coach Brennan Marion on footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense. Coach Marion goes through the ins and outs of his explosive offense, one that's tearing up the college football field and putting a lot of points on the scoreboard. Again, you can order your copy at footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense. Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. And now that all of the film has been watched, the grades have been finalized, let's take a look at our 2020 NFL Draft prospect rankings. And today, we're going to take a look at the wide receivers. Oklahoma's CeeDee Lamb grades out as my #1 flanker in the draft class. He's got great run after the catch ability, very elusive with the ball in his hands, showing a true determination to score the ball. Despite his slender frame, he isn't afraid to go up top and play a big man's game. At #2 is Michael Pittman Jr. from USC, who reminds me a lot of Chris Godwin and what he brings to the table. Pittman has solid all-around game. He runs great routes, getting in and out of his breaks with ease. He's comfortable catching the football on the perimeter as well as over the middle of the field, and has a knack for making a big play when his team needs it the most. And if you don't know who Menashe Bailey is out of Morgan State, get to know him because he can flat out ball. He came into the program as a linebacker, transitioned to wide receiver, and is one of the more dynamic and explosive receivers in the draft class. Bailey can play inside or out. He's got strong run after the catch skills. And as an added bonus, he excels on special teams, both in coverage with numerous block kicks on his resume and in the return game as well. Van Jefferson is the Cabernet Sauvignon of the receiver class, just a smooth route runner that is a master of his craft. He's able to consistently work himself open and has tremendous hands at the catch point. He's another receiver who can thrive inside or out. And rounding out our top 5 is Jalen Reagor out of TCU, who is an explosive athlete, which shows itself in how high he can sky for the football and what he can do with it in his hands after the catch or on end of rounds. QB play wasn't as consistent this year as it was last season for TCU, which is why you saw the dip in productivity for him, but make no mistakes about it, he is still a fantastic prospect. Now here's the rest of my top 10. I think Marquez Callaway out of Tennessee is very underrated. He does a lot of things extremely well. Quan Shorts of Northwestern State transferred from Texas Tech and put together a nice career with the Demons in their passing offense. And Laviska Shenault out of Colorado has really good versatility and can serve in many capacities with the football team. JJ Koski out of Cal Poly was impressive as hell on film. He plays full speed every play and has tremendous acceleration both within his route and after the catch. Watching him work during the season was great, but watching what he did against upper competition in the NFLPA game just confirmed what we saw all season long from him in the Big Sky Conference, that he's an excellent athlete and football player who can play the physical game or the speed one. Moving on to prospects 11 through 20, JoJo Ward and Quez Watkins have a ton of speed and explosiveness, and I like how Jawan Jennings out of Tennessee plays the game. You can tell he's having a lot of fun out there and not taking any rep for granted. Omar Bayless was stellar at Arkansas State and part of a tremendous duo with the Red Wolves. And speaking of tremendous duos, one part of the Yale Bulldogs duo makes our list, and that's Reed Klubnik, who's 6'2", 205. He's an Ivy Leaguer that has excellent body control and great nuance within his game on how he creates separation from the defensive back. Now, he tracks the football really well and does not lose acceleration while doing so. He's one of the true sleepers, in my opinion, in this draft class. And rounding out our list with wide receivers 21 through 26, keep an eye on Dan Chisena out of Penn State. He was a track and field star with the Nittany Lions, played football there late in his tenure, and is coming off of a stellar 2020 Tropical Bowl game where he won game MVP because of the touchdowns he scored in that ball game. He's got some serious speed and would start immediately, in my opinion, on special teams. that's a wrap here from footballgameplan.com. I'm Embry Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts, and don't forget to check out and subscribe to the Football Gameplan Network located at youtube.com/footballgameplan. Also, subscribe on iTunes to Football Gameplan Podcast, where you can find our Scout Team podcast, where we have a ton of player prospect interviews. Also on television, the Game Plus Network, every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have our Scout Team show. Check with your cable provider for channel listings.